Well, happy entrance into week number 6. Figure you guys won't look at this until after you've got your papers in. And just let you know, I got about 60 papers came in this week. The 40 of them for an undergrad class, which is a full semester class. So I'll work on yours first, but it may take me a couple days to get there. You know, we were missionaries in South Africa for a long time, and my wife, Diane, has a master's degree in education, and she used that as a tool to be able to do some outreach, things like that. It really worked well. We had a teacher in our first church we were in. Actually, we had teachers in several churches. But one of the things I noticed about teachers in South Africa is they're a lot like teachers in America. They've got that in common. And this woman was teaching fifth graders, I recall, in a fairly challenging school. And she came to Diane and asked for some story problems, some math problems. And so Diane pulled off the shelf one of her, standard big publisher name books, and popped it open, and discovered with a little bit of work, some changing from this currency to that currency, or changing from inches to meters, that it would work. And I still remember Kim saying to Diane, "Does every teacher in America have a book like this?" And Diane said, "No, every student in America has a book like this." And that was so foreign to her because that was not the circumstance she was teaching in. What's your philosophy of education? I mean, can you boil it down to who your student is, who you are, what your gifting is, the setting you're in? I mean, we've been doing all this reading, all this formality. You've got that page I referred you to at night, that page 34 that, lays the whole thing out where you could write a book-length philosophy statement. Well, this week's readings and listenings are really designed to inject something else in there. I don't think we have anyone in class who's a rookie teacher. A couple times I've had that. And most of you guys are seasoned, and God has made some changes in your own life as you've worked through this. But part of what we're doing this week is based on a question I posed last week about what kids are like. I put that question in from John Holt, and I know what kids are like. I know they're totally depraved and they're totally unable, and I know that humanism is evil and it's going to lead kids the wrong way. But honestly, we want to look at humans the way God created them. And one of the objectives for this week is you look at the whole concept of creativity. And I've got a TED Talk for you to listen to. It's one of the most famous of all the TED Talks. It's by Dr. Ken Robinson. And he talks about how schools kill creativity. Some of you guys are really going to warm to this, and others of you may be very uncomfortable by it. See where you get from there. I want you to reflect a philosophy of education that shows not only what the history of the philosophy of education is. How did we get here today? Oh, that's why I do that. Oh, that's why I should stop doing that. But also how God has made people to be educated. And I can tell by what you write that you know this stuff. So we're in week 6. We have week 7. We have week 8. And at the end of week 8, the paper is due. Please don't kill yourself by waiting until week 8 to do it. The course is structured. I told you it's front-loaded, so you've done most of the reading, and now we're in the thinking stage. Get into the forums, make your responses, work on your paper. Glad you're part of the class.